Hi, this is Jenny McNeese, Director of Customer Success for Bolster. Thanks for joining our online customer protection webinar. Today's topic is, while you're protecting your employees, who is protecting your customers? We'll be going over historic and current trends with our speaker today, Shashi Prakash, CTO and Chief Scientist at Bolster. Shashi, welcome.
Thank you, Jenny. Hi, my name is Shashi Prakash. I'm the CTO and Chief Scientist at Bolster. We started Bolster in 2017, and my background is I've been working in security and machine learning and deep learning for the past 12 years. Before starting Bolster, I worked at Cisco, and I look forward to this conversation with you, Jenny.
Great. So let's start by talking a little bit about the current world of employee phishing.
Yes, so in the last 10 years, we've seen a rapid increase in different kinds of solutions that have come in the market to protect employees in various companies. There are literally hundreds of companies that have come up, and there are different kinds of solutions to protect employees from various kinds of attacks, including malware or phishing or other kinds of attacks. There's a lot of effort that has also been put into phishing awareness and education. It's always the top of the mind for many employees in various organizations. And there are also new industries in cyber insurance, for example, that have emerged to mitigate risks for employee phishing. The thing with these is employees are well protected, but none of these solutions are really available to customers. So the world that the customers live in, it includes several millions of fraudulent sites that are coming up every year. For example, in 2019, we saw about 4.2 million fraudulent sites targeted towards customers. And this has been growing at a rapid rate as well. In 2018, we saw several of these, but they increased over 30% in 2019. And the trend continues to grow, keep increasing. Over $1.8 trillion worth of counterfeit products were bought and sold globally in 1 year. And research shows that once people fall for these kinds of attacks, they're less likely to interact with the company or the brand that is involved. And so the customer trust aspect of it is also lost.
Got it. So with employees safely inside the city walls, so to speak, customers are sometimes left feeling on the edge. So why is customer phishing increasing?
The primary reason why the phishing attacks are increasing is because the barrier to entry is extremely low. These days, anyone can buy a phishing kit, for example, which is source code to launch phishing sites. They can buy it for merely $25. They can launch a site. They can, even if the site goes down, they can spin up again, a different site very easily. And all of this is extremely organized and easy to spin up these sites. The return of investment from stealing credentials is also pretty high. Each credential we've seen are sold in the open market or dark web for about average of $25. So within just 1 or 2 credentials, if they are sold, it becomes ROI positive for the scammers. The only way to stop this is if we stop the scammer from even stealing the first or 2 credentials, because then we remove the economic incentive, and then they would stop phishing people. So barrier to entry is the main reason why these attacks have grown so rapidly in the past few years.
Got it. So if these trends continue to increase in spite of so many solutions out there on the market, why aren't legacy solutions working?
There are primarily 2 reasons why legacy solutions don't work to solve this problem. The first one is they're extremely slow because of the manual nature of these solutions. Traditionally, it has been an area where people have done classification of websites manually. So verifying these bad sites, issuing takedowns, all of that has been traditionally very manual. So as you can imagine, doing that process for hundreds of sites or even thousands in some cases is not really practical from manual perspective. A lot of these sites take days or even hours or days to verify, and it sometimes even takes weeks to even take them down. So this entire process is extremely slow because of the manual nature of it. And these solutions don't stop the first credential from being stolen. So the incentive is still there for bad guys to create these phishing sites. The second reason why the solutions don't work is they're too reactive. Some of the vendors use, for example, blacklists to block any such sites they have found. The problem is, by the time some of these bad sites end up in a blacklist, it's already too late because people have fallen for these attacks, and by the time the blacklists get used by security vendors, it's been a really long time, and a lot of people have fallen for these attacks during that time. And also this also doesn't solve the same problem of stopping the first stolen credential. So these solutions also don't work.
So with these reactive, slower legacy solutions just not working, how can businesses then protect their online customers?
That's a good question. So the solution to this problem is, again, to stop scammers and hackers from going out and getting those first few credentials that they want to steal. And the way to do that is automation. So we need to automate solutions that can find these sites automatically and at scale. And we need to also automate the process of takedown. So by the time this takedown happens, there is not much incentive for scammers to make money off of this. There are two things we need: primarily a proactive solution to detect any of these sites in real time, and also to perform fast and automated takedowns to ensure that the scams don't happen. So those are the two things we need to have in a solution to achieve a scale, and the scale we are looking at, and also stopping this problem right at the beginning of the attacks.
Got it. Shashi, thank you so much, and thank you everyone for coming to watch. Please join us next time for a deeper dive into our Bolster solution, Bolster Online Customer Protection Solution. We'll follow up with a registration link for the next webinar. Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you.